Kamala Harris plan for housing to give $25,000 to a million people is a horrible idea. Only reason because of history. If you remember the crisis in 2008 in housing, and how this could actually cause a similar problem within the market by increasing inflation, giving homes to people who don't necessarily have the funds to pay for them, and it's going to drive the cost of houses up because of the horrible interest rates that these people are going to get. And when they default, game over. It's like my mom, right, was a real estate agent during 2003 to 2010, right? So I have a little bit more experience than the average nigga, okay, when it comes to knowing about real estate, equity, escrow, etc., etc. You feel me? So I'm not absolutely oblivious to this. So back in the day, they were giving out these subprime loans, right? And I lived in California, right? So in Stockton, our houses were like around 300, 400,000 at the time. And then KB Homes, this developer, everyone knows KB Homes, came and started building up these homes everywhere in California, right? And started charging outrageous prices. So like in 2004, like an average house in like Oakland or San Francisco is a million plus. And I'm talking about $1 million to be in the ghetto. And our homes were like 400,000, and we're like an hour away. But once those Bay Area people started moving in, our houses went up to about 700,000 because of the market. Because people are just gonna bring up the value, the higher demand is, it's basic economics. So, but what happened was there was a scarcity, and then they created a surplus of homes that were too expensive for anyone to buy. So the market was full of a bunch of ghost homes in California because there was a bunch of unrented homes, and people were basically trying to buy homes to flip. So yeah, all these people bought all these homes in Stockton for 300, 400, thousand, and now they're trying to sell it for 700,000, 600, 500,000 quick sales. We were having a lot of quick sales, quick deed sales in California. So you give these people, right, $25,000 for their down payment. I guarantee you what's going to happen is they're going to raise the prices of homes across the board as soon as it gets approved, right? So the market is already going to increase, right? These people who need assistance, you think they're going to get a super low interest rate? What is the average interest rate right now, right? It's stupid high, like 12% interest rate, which is ridiculous, right? So what's the average cost of a home right now? Around $500,000, right? For a family size home, right? So could you imagine a million homes all defaulting all at the same time? Because if you need $25,000 assistance to buy a home, right? And you don't have the money, like what type of home are you getting for a $25,000 down payment? And is the government going to assist more? Like, how are the banks going to be involved in this? Are the banks financing? Or is the government just giving them assistance? Or will the government be financing some of these homes themselves? So where is the responsibility of the money for the total home going to fall on? Because that was part of the reason why the banks needed to be bailed out in the first place by Obama, because of the market crashing, because of the housing that problem that we had in America, right? Because so many people were trying to buy homes for profit. Now, what is the main thing that we have going on in the housing sector right now that is actually kind of ruining everything right now? Airbnbs. So could you imagine all these people that are getting their first homes and they can't really afford it? What are they going to do? Airbnb. And what is Airbnb? A hotel. So now you're turning perfectly good rental properties or properties that people can live in long term into glorified hotels, right? And that's going to further decrease the amount of available homes to the population. And the more homes you buy, the worse the economy is going to get. People can't live if you are buying 10, 15, 20 homes and you're trying to rent them all out for Airbnbs. That's actually going to make the housing market crash for everyone being greedy. See, that's capitalism. You have to have a certain amount of greed and a certain amount of charity. You can't just be all greedy. You see what happens to companies that get all greedy, they crash and burn. And that's what's going to happen in the housing market with this Airbnb, giving these people free money that don't need to own homes. Yeah, they want to own homes, but can you afford to own homes? Just like people want to buy new cars, but can you afford to finance them? You know, my car payment is almost $600 a month. I got 2013. It's ridiculous. So that's my real concern with her idea of helping the housing, because she doesn't look into the past history to see that's a horrible idea. Actually, she would be better off if the government actually built the homes themselves and rented them out to people, because I guarantee you 25%, if not half of those homes will just be Airbnbs, glorified hotels, and further decreasing the available living space in America.